Hi everyone, I'm Tony, SV Tapatya. We're building a cruising sailboat and we're down inside today, so have a look at what's going on this week. And it's been all about building the Galley, which, as you can probably tell if you scan a bit, Kerry, is far from finished, but made a good start on it. Have a look at this. I'm building it out of this stuff. This is CLT, cross-laminated timber. It's got 3 layers of wood of a reasonable thickness, laid with a grain at 90 degrees to each other, so not unlike plywood in that respect, but much thicker plies. Glued to D3 standard, glue standards. There's a whole world of its own. Plywood, there's a BS number that I'm afraid I can't remember. British standard number, but for waterproof plywood, either you've got AW100 as a common one, waterproof glue, or the one that I use, the ply I use is WBP, which is weather and boil proof ply. Both of those and the British standard number all refer to the glue pretty much, although the quality of the wood may come into it. Glue, which is, you know, WBP, weather and boil proof, explains itself, doesn't it? This stuff is D3 glued. D3 standard means that it's waterproof but not suitable for immersion. So no good for under the waterline, but inside the boat, fine. So I'm building out that CLT timber. It's got a good thickness to it. It's nice and solid. The worktops will be covered in Formica, so it will be prettied up. I'm gluing it, well, everywhere where I'm gluing to the epoxied hull, I'm epoxying, but if I've got bare wood to bare wood, I'm gluing it with some lovely American glue, Type Bond Ultimate 3 or 3 Ultimate. Also D3 standard, suitable for waterproof but not immersion. And I read on some of these boat building forums from one of the commenters who comments often. He said he uses this stuff for his internal furnishings and yeah, same glue standard as the wood. So I'm using it. It's nice and tidy, no mixing up, comes out the tub easy, nice to use. And that's where we are. I had a bit of an issue in here in that, and I'll tell you about that. The Dickinson stove that I'm planning to put in here. On the plans from Jay Benford, he stipulates a Dickinson Bristol, or he draws a Dickinson Bristol on the plans. Obviously you could use any stove you like. But it just so happens, just by coincidence, that I've got a Dickinson Bristol. So it's going in there. Jay Benford draws the Dickinson Bristol against, actually he mirrors the whole thing, he's got the Galley this side, but he draws it standing against this central bulkhead, there, that way round. But the problem is, when you read the specs for the Dickinson Bristol, it tells you that it should face either port or starboard, either be there or there, facing that way. And initially I thought, yes, I should do that, but when I started building the Galley with that idea, but when I stood the stove in there, it was going to stand in here. It looked awful. The slope of the hull is just meant that the stove had to come out so far, it looked ridiculous. So I've gone back to Mr. Benford's plan. I'm going to stand the stove here. I think because she's junk rigged, the boat's not going to heel that much. I think the Bristol will be fine in this position. That's what we're doing. We're going for it. Building it up, as you can tell. I'm now to the stage of putting shelves in. The cupboard fronts will be coming on after the shelves. Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, here's the trusty diesel stove. As you can tell, it's not the newest. She'll have to do a service on that and a clean up. Make an interesting video when it's servicing a Dickinson stove, but these are great, these stoves. Oven, small oven in there, big enough for a loaf of bread. Very low tech. Diesel burner and a regulating valve. Fan, which you don't need to have on all the time. Fan only need on when you're lighting it, and maximum temperature, I believe, if you're trying to get it real hot. But also the beauty of these is you can leave them running and they work as a heater. They heat the boat. So, and they burn very, very little diesel. Very, very economical. Okay guys, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Give us your thumbs up, leave a comment, yeah, hit the subscribe button would be nice. Good, see you next time. Bye bye.